Where's Mike? Mike, Diane and Dementia number 57. Birth. In bed this morning, I reverted to my storytelling strategy to avoid, where's Mike? Diane, I said, it's time for another story. Diane, good. Well, once Mike and Diane fell in love and were married, what do you suppose happened? Diane, I know. What happened was they had their first child, Karen. Diane, she was so pretty. We were going to call her Erica, but I'm glad we switched to Karen. Diane, yes. Diane's tummy was getting larger and larger and larger, and looked like it was ready to explode. So Mike called his brother Patrick and told him to come over to their apartment in case they had to carry Diane to the hospital. Pat came to their apartment in Mississauga, which was formerly named Cooksville. Now, the unfortunate part about this was that Mike was a hockey fan, and Diane decided to have a baby during the 1967 Stanley Cup playoffs of the National Hockey League, NHL. Diane laughing. Most Canadians avoid having babies during the hockey playoffs. Obviously, Mike and Diane were not thinking about hockey 9 months ago. So, Pat arrived on April 6, the night of a playoff game between Toronto and Chicago. Our apartment decor impressed Pat. He liked our wood planks and brick bookcases, commenting how upscale they were so early in our marriage. He liked the fact that we were on the 10th floor, with a balcony that provided a view of other tall apartment buildings. It's like being in New York City, he said. Everyone sat on a couch. Diane, I know. Playoff hockey is exciting because if you lose, you are out, so everyone competes at full speed. Every time you touch the puck, you get hit. The game gets nasty. This was the first game of the first round, played in Chicago and won by the Blackhawks. Many players that Pat and I watched as juniors in Toronto were in the game: Stan Mikita, Bobby Hull, Pierre Pilote for Chicago and Frank Mahovlich, Bob Bond, Bob Pulford for Toronto and others. It was a close game, and in the third period, Pat leaned over to me and said, "Do you think Diane can last if the game goes into overtime?" Well, Diane was a good sport, and we did not go to the hospital until after the game, and Karen was born in the morning. The playoffs were important because the Toronto Maple Leafs defeated the defending champion Montreal Canadiens in 6 games to win the Stanley Cup. Toronto has not won the Cup or been to the finals since. Later, when Karen was older, and I told her this story and how exceptional her birth was, coinciding with Leafs history, she was not impressed. Diane, no kidding. So, that's the story of the birth of our first child, little Karen, who turned out to be a perfect baby. Diane, I know. We took her camping when she was less than a month old, and she loved it. Diane, she was so cute. Diane, she wore little dresses and looked so pretty. Tomorrow, I will tell you another story. Yes, please. Are you like me, coping with someone with dementia? Use the comment section with this video or others to describe your situation. Your sharing will help yourself and others. I welcome your thoughts and suggestions. If you are engaged in similar struggles, I also welcome your likes. If you click the logo on the bottom right-hand corner of each screen, you will subscribe to Where's Mike? New videos will automatically be sent your way. And you will not have to search for this channel. If you are looking for some humor to help deal with the weighty problem of dementia, subscribe to my other channel, https://www.youtube.com/@theiretirementcoachqd8cb. Thanks for watching.